Welcome to Deep Thought. Don't think someone can't see through your mask. I'm going to tell you what. One of the things I learned, because I've been around some intuitive people, especially some women, even some women on some metaphysics stuff, who they could really read people, like really intuitive. Don't think someone can't see through your mask. Because I'm going to tell you what. Let's just be real. Most of us put on a mask. Most of us put on a mask, especially on social media. How many people pretend to be something that they're not? And I've touched on this before, and, well, let's put it like this. The masks in society are so prevalent that you can't get past them. Let's be real. How many of us put on a mask? Us. Yes, I'm including myself. How many of us have put on a mask just to deal in certain situations? You know, it ain't really, we going along to get along. And it might be very brief. We just say, you know what, that's some jacked up stuff, but you know what, I'm only here for a minute. It could be extremely brief, you know, because that's one mask I'll have on, like very briefly. Long term, nah, that don't work for me no more. But briefly, like, you know what, you're going to let it go. You're going to smile when you really want to, like, bury your fangs, when you really want to just tear into the person, or you really want to curse them out. But you say, you know what? I'm going to be nice about it. And sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes you just got to be just generally nice about something just to keep the peace. That's why I say all of us. That's why I say all of us. I mean, that's just something you just got to realize in everything. You know? That's just something we got to realize. It is what it is. So, I mean, but here's the thing. Don't think somebody can't see through it. Don't think you're fooling somebody, because the worst mask people wear is the one they think nobody can see through. Somebody can see through your bullshit. Even when you being nice in those situations where you want to curse somebody out. They know you want to curse them out. And somebody can see through it. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with it, because they probably understand, hey, you need to keep the peace and stuff. But don't think somebody can't see through it. Now, I don't mean every single person can see through it, but there might be somebody who can. Like I said, I was about to jump into the social media thing. How many people will come up and say I'm this and that while they're on social media and stuff? They'll say it, but they don't realize they saying the way they saying and expressing certain things. They think somebody can't see through it. You know, they think they're actually fooling somebody. See, one problem with the mask is sometimes people are fooling themselves. They think it, and people seeing it. It's like, you know what? It's like that story about the emperor's new clothes. You know, and the general story was, you know, he thought he had this outfit, and it was invisible. And everybody was saying, oh, that's great, that's great. Now, he could look down and see, you know, wait a minute, ding-a-ling showing. He could look down and see that, but he's just going with it. It took a kid to say, you don't got no clothes on. That's how it is with some people. You know, because a big problem with the mask, the whole thing with masks, we'll see each other's mask and just go with it. You know, for either niceness, we don't want to be bothered. Sometimes it might be on the job, you know, like, you know, we got a hairpiece or something like that. I remember when I was in school at AU, I remember this dude specifically. He was balding. He was balding, like legit balding. But then he got a hairpiece and then tried to act like he didn't. I'm like, come on, man. Now, that wasn't a mask, but come on now. Come on. You know, I'm going to tell you what. One of the best things to do is to the greatest extent, be honest. To the greatest extent. And it's tough. Like I said, even myself, if it's like a very, very brief situation, I might like be polite when I want to do something else. But then if I did something else, cops get called. So I was like, okay. You know, but even with that, sometimes you just got to like say, you know, you got to go through it anyway. You just got to be honest, brutally honest. Sometimes it depends. It's complicated. It can be complicated. But whatever the case, don't think somebody can't see through it. You know, don't lie to yourself. Don't be the emperor who's butt naked thinking, oh, yeah, everybody think it's nice. First of all, you should worry about somebody who like feeds into your mask. See, sometimes it could be a salesman. It could be a potential mate or something who's trying to get money out of you or whatever, they'll tell you exactly. If they see you wearing a certain mask, they'll be like, you know what? Let me feed into it. You know? Yeah, oh yeah, you're gorgeous. Oh yeah, you're oh yo, wow, you're smart. There's somebody trying to wear that mask. Somebody seeing right through that joint. And it's you know what? You can't really go through life like that. I think the best as possible. Like I say, it's still tough. You get some instances you might have to be a bit nicer about some things, and it happens. But try to be as authentic as possible. That's one of the things I work. Now, like I said, I have no shame in saying sometimes I hold my tongue or, for some. Like I said, very brief. I can't do it. I can honestly say I can't do it long term. Yeah, I can't do it long term at all. So, but, I work to be as authentic as possible. I think everybody should. I actually think we'd have a better world, I think we'll have a better world, but somebody can still see through it. Somebody. And one thing, when I say see through it, I mean somebody who could legitimately see through it. Sometimes people see what they want. Because that's another case. That's almost another video. But let me just flow into it now. Y'all know how I flow. Sometimes people will put a mask on you that's not there. And they seeing what they want to see. But see, that's something else. That's on them, though. You can't help that. You can't help that. All you can do is work to be as authentic as possible. Work to take off that mask to the greatest extent possible. You got to work through it because, if you try to wear it, you think it's really doing something for you. You're an emperor with no clothes on. Is that how you want to be? Or you want to be as honest and as authentic as you possibly can? And yet, no, trust me, it's tough. And like I said, it's tough. But understand, you're not necessarily when you consciously putting on a mask and consciously think it's doing something for you. There's somebody, I guarantee you might fool some people. And a lot of people just go with the flow because of their own mask, or they say, you know what, I'll just go with it. But there's always that little kid who will just look right at you and say, you have no clothes on. Once y'all really think about really meditate on what I'm saying today, okay? Anyway, I get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.